Example 3. This time we're going to end up with one real root and two imaginary roots. Let's review the steps to factoring a polynomial. Step 1, what is the degree? That'll tell you how many roots we're going to find. Step 2, find and list all the possible roots. Those are our P over Q's. Step 3, test the possible roots using the remainder theorem. Step 4, the first root is the one with the remainder 0. Step 5, use synthetic division to divide out the first root. Step 6, factor the reduced polynomial. And step 7, write the original polynomial as a product of its factors. Here's our next polynomial. Step 1, what is the degree? We have a degree 3, which means I'm expecting 3 answers. 3 roots or 3 factors. Step 2, find and list all the possible roots. These are our P over Q's. So our P over Q's are just 1 and -1. So we're going to plug in -1, and we're going to plug in 1. F of -1 is -4. F of +1 equals 0. So +1 is our first root, x minus 1 is our first factor. Next step, use synthetic division to divide out the first root. We're going to take our polynomial and divide it by x minus 1 using synthetic division. Step 1, bring the 1 down, multiply, add down. We knew this was a factor, and this confirmed it because we got a remainder 0. Next, this becomes the coefficients of your terms of your new polynomial. Since we started with a degree 3, we divided out a term, we are going down to x squared. So the new polynomial, this coefficient went right there. This coefficient meant there's no x terms, and this coefficient became our constant term. So we need to factor completely. We have a polynomial of degree 3. We need to factor it into 3 factors, which means for the second one, since it can't be factored, we have to use quadratic formula. X equals -b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So there's quadratic formula. A is 1, B is 0, and C is 1. So we plug our numbers into quadratic formula. Next, we're going to simplify the discriminant, which gives us -4 underneath the square root sign, and then a 0 out front. Now, -4 is equal to 4 times -1. The square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of -1 is I. So we have plus or minus 2i. Those 2's can be canceled. So we have plus or minus I. Next, we need to write our polynomial as the product of factors. We have a polynomial of degree 3. That means we should have 3 factors. X minus 1 was the first one we found. We found 2 roots plus I and minus I. So we have x plus I and x minus I. And that is our polynomial factored completely.